What up, YouTube? It's your boy Ricky Rick, and your boy Ricky Rick is back with another Ricky Talk. And today is September 3rd, 2023. In case you didn't know, now you know. And the title of this episode is going to be called Closing the Door. And I know what you're thinking. When you hear that title, the first thing that you're probably picturing is someone closing the door on someone slamming the door on someone. Or maybe you're thinking a little bit more in the sense of maybe a guy who goes around with the button-up shirt and tie, going door to door in your neighborhood trying to sell you something that they're selling. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about more like the people who eventually get married, eventually have kids, and they start closing the door on certain people in their lives, certain friends, certain acquaintances. And why do people do that? I, for one, have always said I am leaving the door open to make new friends. If new friends come my way, I am not going to shut the door on making new friends, because one of the things that brings me joy about this world, about this thing we call life, is meeting new people. And every single time I meet someone new, they either help me learn something new or they teach me something new. And to this day, even when I meet a new friend, a new person, whether it's a male or female, sometimes by starting up a conversation and talking to them and getting to know them, I learn a thing or two that I would like to add to my lifestyle, my life schedule. And sometimes, because people think different ways, it's kind of cool to open up to people and learn what other ways are out there. It's kind of like TikTok. You ever come across those videos that are teaching you things that you never knew, and you spend a whole lifetime doing a certain way, and then you realize that you were probably doing it a lot harder, or there was an easier way out there, and you're just like mind blown? That's exactly what I'm talking about. So going back to me saying that I never close the door on making friends, I came to a point in my life that I did close the door on certain people, on certain friends. And one of those closing the door moments for me is a time in my life where things weren't so good. I talked about this in multiple occasions, but I broke up with a certain girlfriend where I was in it for 5 to 6 years, and that came to an end. And then I lost my grandma, and then I lost my brother, and certain people did not know how to express themselves or did not know how to be there for me. And to me, someone with a brain felt like, you just pick up the phone and call them, text them, be there for them. You don't have to say anything, but just be there, But for some people, they don't know how to be there for someone when they lose someone. So I decided that I did not want to have certain people, certain friends in my life, because if this was my father, if this was my mother, I did not want to have these people in my life moving forward and not be there for me in those moments. But that's one situation. And another situation that I realized about myself, that I can be in a situation where my friend I invite to go out with me, and they want to bring their friends or their people that they know in their lives and want to introduce me to them. I realize that I don't know how to react, or I don't know how to act when it comes to those situations, because I'm always the type of person that's been the inviter. I invite people to come to my house. I'm the one who's throwing the parties. I'm the one who's doing the planning. Hey, we're going to meet up here. We're going to go out here. And when the tables are turned, when people invite me to their place, it's like, I don't like it as much to the point when I do it, because when I do it, we're in my homes, my rules, that situation. But when I go to other people's, it's like, okay, I'm going to some other people's house. I'm going to interact with other people I don't know. And I don't know, that's something that I just recently found out about myself that I need to work on, like my social skills. I need to work on my social skills, because I can have someone who I know or feel like I get along with, and I can talk to them, I can joke with them, I can just have a good time with that person and that person only. And then I have another person who I know nothing about, don't care if I get to know them, I don't care if they want to get to know me. I am cool if they talk to me or not talk to me, as long as we get through the day and do what we have to do. And that's not right, that's not right. So that's something that I have to work on. And for example, here's something. I recently started a new job, right? And my coworkers, did something nice for me. It was my birthday. They bought me chips. They bought me a birthday cake. They got me gift cards. And, everybody said happy birthday. And my upbringing, I'm not used to having those type of moments from strangers, from people I don't know. Even though these people are not strangers because they're my coworkers, but they're still new to me because I haven't been working with these people for very long. And then my upbringing of not having my uncles, my aunts, my cousins, my primos, my primas in my life, the people like who you see growing up, watching Nickelodeon, watching Disney, Cartoon Network, whatever it is you're watching, you always see the main family, right? And from time to time, you'll see the grandma, the grandpa, the uncles that will come in and pop up in and out. So to me, like, I always pictured my life when I was a kid, that was how life was in everybody's house. But it's not like that. I always had my father and I always had my mother. Outside of that, I knew I had my brother and my sister as well. And then I had my uncles, my aunts. Like, I know who some of them are and who some of them are not. Like, I don't know every single one of them because there's still some that I haven't met. And I think that messed me up in my life, when it comes to like being more social. And me, like, growing up as well, I had a group of certain friends that I was always hanging out with. Like, I would always hang out with the same group of friends that, without thinking about it, without even knowing, I didn't realize that I closed the door on making new friends along the way. Even though I'm always open to it, but I also realized that when I did have my friends, I would only want to hang out with those certain friends. I would always think of my friends that I have already to go out with, hang out with, without thinking, oh, I should still continue to meet someone new in the time that I still have these friends here, Hopefully this video is making sense of what I'm saying. So that's what I mean by closing the door. I see that sometimes people close the door. In my 20s, everybody wanted to go out. Everybody wanted to go hit the clubs, hit the bars, meet people. But eventually, every single friend of mine, one by one, they met someone. They got in a relationship. And they had kids. And then they got a job. And then they moved in together. And I noticed that, in a way of not saying it, they have shut the door of who they used to be before they met baby mama, before they met wifey, before they've met hubby. And it sucks to live in that world, knowing that, hey, we used to be really close, really tight. And now it's like you go from picking up the phone and saying, hey, I'll see you soon, and now realizing soon has turned into many, many years. And it's kind of like you shut the door. And sometimes, like, I think of so many different people's situations, because a lot of people live in different situations. Like, there's some people who try doing the thing of not going out with friends or people to make certain people happy, but then they are missing out on so many moments, so many good times. And that's not fair to that person, because there's always that 50-50 chance that they're in it for the long haul or eventually break up. So closing the door, I put that out there. Hopefully some people can relate. Some people understand where I'm coming from, understand what I'm saying. Hopefully I'm expressing myself. But every time I talk, every time I do something, is to start a conversation. Not a debate, a conversation. We don't always have to agree, but sometimes the things that I put out there sparks a little something. And don't forget to like this video if you can relate, heard something that you like. Leave a comment if there's something that I missed that I should have added. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this Ricky Talk. As always, it's your boy Ricky Rick. If I'm not making you laugh or smile or keeping you entertained or giving you something to think about or talk about, your boy Ricky Rick ain't doing his job. And you already know your boy Ricky Rick does his job. Until next time, guys, this was a Ricky Talk. I'll see you guys on the next video.